So this is what transpired between the Nigerian passenger and Kenyan air hostess.
So you will provide a sanitary towel. You will provide. You won't take. You come and take my phone. Touch my phone, then you will see. Touch my phone. You touch my phone.
Trust me, you're not going to.
Oh, no, get that phone.
You're not going to fly on Kenya Airways again.
Get that phone.
You're not going to fly on Kenya Airways.
Okay, you will see now.
You can never get our aircraft.
I will not check in. Thank God. I'm speaking to the Minister of Finance from Nigeria. You will see.
Call the president of
Nigeria.
Call the president of Nigeria.
Okay, let's go on.
Call the president. Call your president.
Yes, we're waiting. Oh, yeah, now.
Call your president.
See,
call the president.
You continue. Continue.
Yes,
you will see. Continue. I want a hotel. I need sanitary towels.
I'm going to give you anything.
You will give me food tonight.
You're not giving you.
Yes, okay. Oh, yeah, now.
You will give you anything.
Very wicked set of people. 17 hours layover. 17 hours. Act of wickedness. I have blood clot issues.
Call your president. Call your president. Call your president.
Wọ́n ti issue ticket mẹ́ta fún mi. Wọ́n ti issue ticket. Wọ́n ti issue boarding pass mẹ́ta. Wọ́n ti issue boarding pass mẹ́ta sí mi.
You are not going to fly Kenya Airways again.
Kò sí wàhálà.
We don't want you. We don't want
the problem, and I told you.
Mo ti snap ẹ. Mo ti snap ẹ. Mo ti snap ẹ. Mo ti snap ẹ. Màá send ẹ sí yín sí. Very wicked set of people.
Very wicked. You are wicked. You are very wicked.
You are so wicked. Continue. Mo send ẹ sí yín sí. Tẹ́bá rí bó ṣe ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn Nigerians ní bíbáyìí. Tẹ́bá rí bó ṣe ń ṣe àwọn Nigerians wọ́n kò dà wọ́n síta ni. Tọ́ba ti rí green pali yẹn báyìí. Òyìnbó méjì lọ ti fún ní wọ́n ti fún ní meal ticket pé kọ́ lọ sókè kọ́ lọ jẹun. Ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ti rí dúdú ara wọn báyìí wọ́n máa bá yí ara wọn jẹ́ ni. Wọ́n lò sí.
So after this altercation, this has generated a whole lot of conversation on both the Kenyan media and Nigerian media. Now, I want you to have a look and listen to these two, which is the Kenyan media and the Nigerian traditional media. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Who do you think is right? Let me know what you think about the conversation or their arguments in the comment section as to who really is right, which media house is right. Is it the Kenyan media or the Nigerian media? Let's get into the video and let me know, like I said, in the comment section, who you think is right concerning this issue. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel, like, share. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and don't forget to on your notification button so anytime I drop a video, as usual, you're gonna get a notification so you can just get the video as soon as possible.
Mambo ni mengi mdani mchache, but I know we saw this story yesterday about a KQ staff and of course a Nigerian traveler going at it, mano a mano, and I really mean really going at it. And the initial statement was that the scuffle began when she was denied boarding because she did not have a Schengen visa and she was traveling through France.
Yep.
And the fact that she didn't have that meant for KQ they couldn't board her. However, this was the second leg of the trip, and the first one, Alkome Pita, Vizuri, no problem. Now Nigerians do require a Schengen visa if they are even just going through the airport. But there was also claims that she had used sanitary towels at the KQ staff. So initially, the issue was that when she was denied boarding, she said, fine, are you giving me accommodation for the night? Now that you're rerouting me to somewhere else, I had already a 17-hour layover, you've added 7 hours on top of it. I don't know what the law states, but I think past a certain amount of time, you do need to be given accommodation. And KQ said, if it was on us, then would give you the accommodation, but you should have been the one to get the Schengen visa and to make sure that your travel documents are in order. This scuffle begins. pads are thrown, allegedly, and then, it's recorded and it goes out into
and
the world.
tempers flare. I've been looking at this case because, the kind of work that and I know that there were statements read that Eric will get into, but I'm just looking at it from the side of, yes, people are saying, there's been a whole argument, by the way, online. The internet is divided, Nigeria and Kenya. People are saying the customer is always right. Others are saying, well, the person on the other side can also only take so much.
Right.
Now, it takes a certain level of grace and calm to stand in the face of such situations. We've witnessed times when somebody is still able to be composed enough to say, ma'am, I'm going to need you to step aside. I need to work with so-and-so. And I think that's where the division is. This was obviously somebody feeling really insulted as an air hostess, or somebody who was trying to...
As an airline official.
As an airline, to just try and give this person just some reprieve. But when you start to throw insults and tempers flare, at what point do we begin to have that conversation around sometimes the customer maybe isn't always right, or sometimes if you are doing a specific kind of work in a certain line of work, it also does take a certain kind of grace because you will deal with these things every single day.
And I guess she looks like she's the senior to the others. And so it's like the others that called her, okay, please, boss, come. How do we handle this case? And then she comes and she's starting to engage and these things are thrown. And she loses it. Now, if you watch, her colleagues are also just looking at her like, So as a colleague, as a junior member of staff, do you now call your boss aside and like, boss, come, it's okay, this. And if you do that, so what are you saying to that situation? What are you
communicating?
Right? What are you saying to that situation? So KQ released a statement saying, this was unfortunate and trying to putting in the context, like you said, she was en route. We established the video does not provide full context. Unhappy with the option. The guest demanded accommodation, which Kenyan Airways does not provide in cases where boarding is denied due to visa requirements. It's a responsibility of the passenger to do that. In the distressing turn of events, the guest resorted to inappropriate behavior by removing and throwing 3 used sanitary pads at our employees.
Now, that part was the part that people were like, what?
Why would you resort
to that? And then I saw a statement from the director of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, right? And at the very end, he goes on a long, not rant, but explanation.
We summoned them.
Yes.
And they came here and we told them.
And we told them, you cannot do this. But at the very end of that thread, he says she did remove sanitary towels because there was an exchange of, I'm bleeding, I need accommodation.
Yes, she talked about needing sanitary products.
Right.
And that's another conversation of having to have all those products available across all facilities because a lot of women and girls get affected. But did not give her the right. Used, yes.
Yes, she removed used. So that part is just, I can't get past that. I get stating your point. I get you do need accommodation. I do get that. But it's airline policy. If you've been denied entry because of a lack of a visa, it is what it is, right? But why do you, have them? Because I don't think JKA lacks disposal bins or bathrooms. Why do you have them stored? And why is it, hi, look, these are my used sanitary towels, I'm bleeding, give me a room? How do you resort to that? I feel I want to give grace to the KQ employees because I don't know how I would react if someone did that.
If this happened to you as well.
Right.
The Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority on Monday summoned the acting station manager of Kenyan Airways over a viral video showing an altercation between a Kenyan Airways staff and a Nigerian passenger identified as Omishore. Omishore was flying from Manchester to Lagos with a connection through Paris to Nairobi, but was denied boarding in Nairobi on the second leg of the same ticket. Kenyan Airways said she was denied boarding because they discovered that she did not have a Schengen visa for France, which is a requirement to enter any European nation. Well, let's take a look at the video before we come back for a discussion.
Well, you will provide a sanitary towel. You will provide. You won't take. You come and take my phone. Touch my phone, then you will see. Touch my phone. You touch my phone.
Trust me, you're not going to.
You're not going
to fly on KS again.
You're not going to fly on KS. Okay, you will see now.
You can never get our aircraft.
I will not. Thank God. I'm speaking to the Minister of Finance from Nigeria. You will see.
Call the president.
Then
call the president of Nigeria.
Okay, let's go on.
president. Call your president.
Yes, we're waiting. Oh yeah, now.
Call your president.
See, you
call the president.
You continue.
Continue. Yes,
You will see. Continue. I want a hotel. I need sanitary towels.
I'm going to give you anything.
You will give me food tonight.
You're not giving you.
Yes, okay.
Oh yeah, now. You will give you anything.
Very wicked set of people. 17 hours layover. 17 hours. Act of wickedness. I have blood clot issues.
Call your president.
Oh yeah,
Call your president.
I think that actual statement infuriated a lot of Nigerians. But there's all the conversation about whether or not Kenyan Airways, has this long history of maltreating Nigerians. But this was such an unfortunate incident because, as you could hear the woman there, she, appeared to be in her rights. She was saying that she came in with, with her passport and she had, you called it a BRP, and she was able to go through security, but they had to deny her the boarding. But it's about decorum and respect at the end of the day. I don't think there was any need for this sort of altercation, even with the Kenyan Airways staff. But for Kenyan Airways, they were saying that the woman also even threw a sanitary pad or something like that at them and was...
Three sanitary pads.
I mean, what is that? If that really happened, what is the explanation?
What she said was that she told them that she was bleeding, and you can hear that in the video.
Yes.
And they told her that she should show them proof. That rather than put you on the, because Mr. Achimogu's statement explained that rather than put you on the desk, that maybe she flung it at them. So that's so because initially it would seem ludicrous that why would you just remove and just throw at them as if it was an insult? Even the fact that they asked her for proof, to show proof that she was on her menstrual cycle is an insult.
Why would you ask?
Exactly. So
I mean, if that's
maybe in anger or in annoyance, you know how when you're upset, you just fling something rather than give it to them. That's what happened.
Yes.
But they did, according to the statement by Mr. Achimogu, they asked for proof that she was, because she mentioned it there, that I'm bleeding and this and that, and they said she should show proof that that was what was going on.
But this is her side of the story. There's an investigation ongoing right now. We need to hear the other side of the story, because as you can see, it appears that the staff there was very upset. I wonder what else she could have done besides throwing that sanitary pad at her. It calls for serious and severe investigation. But Dr. Abati, I mean, what are your thoughts before I go to this story?
Okay, very quickly. One, the Mr. Achimogu, who is in charge of, speaking for the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, is quoting Part 19 of the NCAA regulations of 2023, which is that airlines have a duty of care. When passengers are in your care, you have an obligation to look after them. That is basic. And they had a meeting yesterday between this lady, Mrs. Gloria Omishore, and the station manager of the Kenyan Airways in Nigeria. We do not have the full report yet. But what is out there in the public domain is that the Kenya Airways station manager is saying that the lady threw used sanitary pads at their officials out of anger, and that they consider her behavior inappropriate. And that second, she did not have a Schengen visa. That to transit from Nairobi to our next destination, Paris, before going to Manchester. I wonder why somebody wants to go to Manchester. You have to do that merry-go-round.
That's how we suffer in Nigeria as well. I mean, it's a cheap ticket, I'm sure.
You could just buy
expensive.
a ticket, go to London, find your way to Manchester.
It's more expensive.
They even have an airport in Manchester. But that's another story entirely.
But that's a problem.
And that she didn't have Schengen visa. Now, on the other hand, the lady is alleging that she was treated most shabbily.
Yes.
And you could see that in the video. Layover for 17 hours, no accommodation, no attempt to attend to her, nothing to do to assist her. And then you have that rude, flight official. And this is the thing that most flight, what do they call them? Attendants. Don't understand about custom.
Yes.
I mean, the customer is always right.
Always right.
You need to treat the customer right. And they are rude, they can be uncouth, they can annoy you. But the lady, in fact, the part of it that I don't like, she's saying, you will get nothing You cannot do anything. Go and report to your president.
That's what
the small flight attendant is sending a passenger to a president of Nigeria.
Our president wearing a Kenyan Airways outfit.
Kenya Airways should look into that.
Absolutely.
And make sure that persons like this do not deserve to attend to anybody, whether they are Nigerians or they are Ethiopians.
Yes.
Abusing president because of you are processing a flight.
A flight ticket.
No, that's a bit rude.
Absolutely. Like I said, there needs to be decorum, even within the passengers. We've seen a lot of unruly passengers, though. True. But at the same time, there was no need for that sort of altercation. We'll follow up on the story.
Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Subscribe to the channel, like, share, and see you in the next one. Peace out.